All right, welcome back, everyone. This is Just Justin, and we are doing an early Genshin Impact live stream because we are going to do the Archon quest, which is a really long one, based from what people are saying. So let's get this over with. And I haven't done any or start any of the Archon quest since it dropped because we were busy doing the exploring Miliastra Wonderland. Not loving it, but also not hating it at the moment. I mean, it's just there. Um, yeah, we're gonna probably focus on that or give it more time. Once there's nothing to do with the main story quests. But right now we have two chapters of the Archon quest, and we will start.
Oh, it's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Rerir, though. Where could he have slunk off to? If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he...
Hello! You must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flynn has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the...
A wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better... Come on, let's go!
A nation that doesn't exist. Canria? Alright, where are we going? Quarry. Okay. That's the quarry. That doesn't look like it's the quarry. Is that new?
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This...
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's... Ah, everyone's here already. Hey!
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike, but it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one that is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the Crystonite itself is physically intact, but the Kuvaki it contained is all but completely diminished.
And we're sure that Rare... Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Rerir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The consequence...
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered there wasn't a shred of sanity left? Nothing but madness and...
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how... Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it. Oh, but the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere...
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such...
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by... Unless something went wrong. His...
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfect?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time. Like,
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark.
Hmm.
Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what
exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rerir of Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him. So, if we do nothing, last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our Paimon's head.
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla, one thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuvaki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rerir's goal seems to...
Wait, why?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuvaki.
That's right. Yes, it could well be a...
Splitting up's always gonna be risky, but I guess we don't have much choice, right? And if we do, that's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind. Didn't you say the third
Anima
rule is
Moon
go with the
Wheel.
flow? I don't know. Did I? Anyway,
Agreed.
all right. We'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa. Let's go.
We're just asking people. Okay, hold on. My crystal fly is full.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Mark 2. Stay cool.
Be silent. Observe. Feel the dark.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might... It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. So, you guys didn't find anything either? Not loving the word either.
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is...
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still want...
All we can do now is hope that I know and Anefa turn up some leads. Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it!
No, it's coming from Silver Moon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Let's get over there, quick!
Lady Kutar. Ooh, okay. Oh my god. No!
Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out!
Let's go, Yehuda. No! Let's go. Come on. Come on, Ether. Go, Arena! Let's go!
Find them. Even if it means turning this place to ashes.
Jace. Jace. That's sick.
That was too close. We barely made it out of there alive. What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about? We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by... Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all...
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just...
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he...
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. But right now, devising a counter strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to...
A counter strategy? We don't stand a chance against an end. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world. No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehuda. This...
Running is our only option.
Huh?
You seem surprised. But what other choice do we have?
Well, I mean...
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
one he's after. A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon. What is it, Loma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our...
Yeah. We can't just call it quits after... Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I disappoint her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Rerir's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. And that sometimes, after much reflection, I've realized that any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows?
thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use. Very well then.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant.
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it up, rejected by the world. My power is dwindling. Like a lake.
What do you mean, reject?
The three moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself, the three moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touch, but this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to...
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get...
Close your eyes.
Insulation chamber deployed.
The night comes.
They just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
Rerir closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's help to escape! This goes on much longer.
Dark!
By the Frost Moon of old. Genshin's a song.
Are we supposed to run?
The long sleep beckons. Be silent. Close your eyes. Observe.
Annihilation mode.
With one heart, we pray. Rush at the moon.
The night comes. Close your eyes. Fear the dark. Observe. To dust.
By the Frost Moon of old. Genshin's a song.
Cleanup sequence initiated. Ultimatum protocol.
The long sleep beckons. Be silent. Night falls.
Installation 3? Yes, let's go. Varka.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Hold up! Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir?
Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of...
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no...
I really hope his signature weapon is not the Wolf's Gravestone. I know that was given to him, but
Wow! Where are we? This is...
Well, that goes without saying. This, aka the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
We've heard all about... You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another? You...
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of my squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvak?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nod?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
basically they powered him up.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this wild hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Rerir of Solnari. The Five Sinners. Oh, that's a lot to take in.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the wild hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to... But now that a new variable has come into play, fate...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature. That said, while I know I was explaining everything just now, some of the points...
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps... Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsvartnir was because we'd had... But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all... The Moon Maiden and the Rerir of Solnari? Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So,
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up... To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for...
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wield... I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon.
That's right. If we can find the Iridescent Moon's marrow...
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is...
I know a way, but... We will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You should...
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, people's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Rerir of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it...
It's true. We still know. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even...
but where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue. And she has info coming out of her ears.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machine.
She heard me.
Nefa.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble Knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like...
Details. Miss Nefer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that we can't do this without the Curatorium. But I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So?
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course, I know where the meeting place is.
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis.
So you're just going to sit...
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say, you'd better...
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always... If you insist on compensation, I will...
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up, things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be late. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Yehoda, I will help. But just this Flynn's. That fragment that Rerir was after.
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you
Shh. This is top secret.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me. Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nogcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your...
I like it.
No biggie.
All right, then. We'll split it. Once your team has finished...
This is a new thing.
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki experimental? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously...
You really think that's gonna...
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against? We'll let you leave and...
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No, my lady.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
Cute.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity. Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Favronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message from me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much tea back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power.
Ooh.
It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back but if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real. Guess that's our... that might be your plan. But it sounds like... Huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this.
Jeez.
Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself? Huh. You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you could... Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendly. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick, or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the 2nd floor. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting...
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is...
Yes, let's go.
Come on then, Mr. Rerir. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
Oh, are we controlling it? Oh, okay, no. Oh, I'm controlling it. The recoil is making me dizzy. No.
Finally, the Rerir himself. Time to. Huh? Where'd he go? Uh-oh.
Rerir of Solnari. Are they gonna fight again?
Polonia, get him! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this once and for.
She's not here. Where did she...
Hey! Over here, you big.
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
All right, let me just be for a second.
So this is your method for investigating Rerir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moons.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limit. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor?
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it...
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've never faced Rerir myself. But from what you've told me, his power is beyond an... I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets.
So once I take a job, there's no backing out. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral up. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rerir, is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a ring.
Eh?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again.
Dory? Is she referring to Dory?
Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, aren't you...
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Dory Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And it was back when I first arrived in Notcry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had, and wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% to plus any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble?
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be...
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top...
You're...
A powerful woman, make no mistake.
I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, if you're willing to wait,
Skirt?
I can ask her when she...
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver...
Of course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now.
See you later! You're...
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. So remember, don't be Now then, let us peer into the Rerir of Solnari's past.
Ah. The box of truth.
I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be simple furnishings, table and chairs. It looks like the fearsome Rerir of Solnari came from some... Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. Anyway.
We get to control her? Yes. C3.
Hi, Rerir. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a...
They didn't sign their name, but they must have...
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to, but if he invites me, I got...
The Lindis. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because that would explain why they use so much stone in their build? They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people have...
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it?
Making a big purchase. He really is a professional. Not despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained... Did Rerir rip it out himself?
you? I was convinced that the burial plague, it was you who helped me see that.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a...
Just looking, he's really looking for the moon.
Rerir, over here.
Dane! Oh, and, Vediflin here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you...
Who'd have thought the great twat...
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I would...
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then?
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest...
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by a member of the King's Guard. Quite the...
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me.
Me? Same old, same old. Nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved?
It's nothing.
Vediflin, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court
The
of
visionary.
as the visionary. And said to possess... And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother? Or why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. Perfectly normal. No, as frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something...
Thalindis. That's his girlfriend?
Thalindis? You're back early.
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. Oh, why the long face? Is something the matter?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a...
Vediflin showed up today, too.
Ah, Mr. Vediflnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say...
He overheard Dainslift mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was...
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has... You worry too much, Rerir. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going...
So, you do remember. Tell me then.
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may...
All right. Take your time. Nobody's. Sounds about right. Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his root. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. A man can have 1,000... What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Thalindis? It's nothing. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together.
See? You just need to stay positive, Rib. I can feel your warmth, your breath. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I...
You're right.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and...
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time.
All right. White outfitted.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services. By giving the... He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancé to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of... Let's dig a...
Oh, it's us. Oh, we are playing as Rerir. Okay.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rerir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and
after all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many...
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to... Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse...
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens...
You still haven't told her what you really do for a...
Where would I even... How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling...
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless... Take care, Rerir of Solnari. I look...
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too.
Met a Thorkel before?
Thalindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to like, but that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. The Moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those... Could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some... I have to get a clear answer from him.
Rerir seems to be very concerned by Vedalfnir's reaction. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what... I've investigated this whole area now. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black...
Ah, we didn't even use her.
So, he's late after all. Just you... Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Oh, sure. Pick me...
Thank you. But I'm afraid...
For someone so young, you...
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying.
You're...
May we have a word in private?
Who are you?
And it doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk. Not long ago, the Rerir of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And...
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got his name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the king's guards.
What did...
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you...
Simple. It's
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen, and that Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he would. Why would her memories appear in his The ceremony won't last much longer.
Interesting.
So that was your doing? Did you just...
Any more questions, and I'll have to start
I had no idea you could do that, boss! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for limited time. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission,
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and...
Oh, okay. Thunderclap Reef. Oh, okay. Let's go.
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. They might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the air. Oh, that's never gonna work. What if they spot us? They'll run straight back to Rerir. Oh, guess you're right. Quick, hide! We almost got spotted.
Where am I hiding?
Phew, that was a close call.
Oh, it's my... Yeah. Oh. We're not going there.
Watch out! It's coming this way! Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things!
And also, there's really no pause for the whole Archon quest. It just keeps going on. We're at 1 hour now of live streaming.
Fire.
Fire?
Arlecchina.
Oh no! There's a fire!
Crimson Flame. Let's go.
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
It's Arlecchino! You can't...
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the...
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Cute drawing of Arlecchino. Oh no, Polonia got defeated. Again.
Stupid Rerir of stupid Solnari. Whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you...
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see... Wait a minute.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
How can... Hey,
Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Nani, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from nearly every machine that cat girl touches.
Then let's start. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have...
Oh, secret base with Arlecchino. That's a bit far.
Insulation chamber. Absorption test. Go claw!
Observe. Fear the dark. Close your eyes.
Stand clear.
Annihilation mode.
Absorption test. Lash attack!
Observe. Close your eyes.
That wasn't here before. Meeting place.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing.
I returned ahead of them. Flinch is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy us some time.
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all.
I see. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them?
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui harp.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line?
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that we have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry. But ever since they arrived...
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be set. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent... Anyway, what else is on the agenda?
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the detail. But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth...
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic.
Alright, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
Mm-hmm. In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Conria.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rerir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. What's the matter?
Daughter. Flinders.
Interesting. Anything else? What about this?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of Thalindis's memories. Though...
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thalindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Conrians we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Conrian... Oh yeah! Just like how it was with the captain!
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's...
It's possible. But it would take a miracle. That merchant who never knows, Dori Sangama Bay.
All right, then. Let's keep Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino. We'll go... As for the other...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monsters had grown. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering...
I'll head back to the Curatorium and meet up with the...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flints, Ino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything...
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Our reinforcements... Stay safe, everyone.
Is it who I think it is?
We're back.
No. Not yet.
Did we get here a little early?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Inefa, could you fill in on...
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in Amsvartnir, but according to Flints's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred and that was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he's...
Flints, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Nodcry are... I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, Anefa and I will head back over to Amsvartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's.
What is...
They were betting on how...
it's the obvious...
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Amsfartnir on her own. You might... Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides...
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment.
Where are we going? Silver Moon Hall. I love the Arlecchino art.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, we still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow...
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds Flame.
Huh? Are you serious? As in,
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback but the more I thought about it, the more when I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blue. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse. But once I became a harbinger, together with my own investigations over the past few years, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the... You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my...
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption...
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's a Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson...
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Carians used to worship was actually the... Does that mean that the Carians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moons...
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were. But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The iridescent moons. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting... Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end... Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent...
That's right. For now, the iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession...
Deal. Then let's get started.
Okay.
Get what started?
When I first became a harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called... You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson...
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond the... They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, have you died? Did you see it? Until they finally... The adults embraced the book.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that could...
But there's no fireplace here!
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two... Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Conria, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap. In short, I can open a path. The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open.
so I won't be able to come with you. Very well. Then I'll...
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now.
Let's go.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed. I offer myself now and beseech your descent.
That's cool. Yes, Paimon. Whoa.
One word of advice. As your...
Got it! I sense a sinister gloom inside. I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed.
Where is she?
Seismic changes often begin with small windows.
Okay. So cool.
I sense your presence and crave you death and rebirth.
Kind of feels like the dragon lair in Natlan.
You have crossed over from another world, transcended fate itself. I have no right to.
Hey! Look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss?
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains.
Careful! There's something Paimon's right behind. By the way, Columbina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Oh no, we're fine with Flintstein.
Accelerating.
Cleanup sequence. Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Go claw.
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Ah.
Defenses are okay.
Stand clear. Enhanced animal module. Chew on this. Ding dong water box.
Observe.
It is Broken Moon. We were just looking at a different angle earlier. Oops. Ooh, I almost fell.
Absorption test. Stand clear. Go claw.
Be silent. Close your eyes. Fear the dark.
Oh, okay, that's the end of it.
Huh?
sensing anything up? It's coming from under the mountain.
Oh.
See. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of some. Ooh, looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues.
Okay.
Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow. Do you think these mechanisms might?
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading.
I hope this isn't ruining date night. Mind your own business.
Just Felindis? Is that Rerir's girlfriend? Oh yeah.
The Abyss has made this space maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here.
Whenever I see this view, it takes waning moon. Oh, lifeless damsel. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the crypt.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308.
Be silent.
Oh, looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Defensive mode engaged.
Stand clear. Animal hypostasis and...
Observe. Close your eyes.
I have to go to that. Oh, okay. And then one more. We'll be able to clear the goop.
I see. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the three moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist.
What's that? So they're just gonna leave that blank right now? Like a static? Okay, why am I getting stuck there as well?
Installation chamber deployed.
Alright, you can go in the middle to get the moon marrow. Ooh, is that it?
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the... Oh, Rerir. With every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outside... If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Outsider meaning the mean?
The moon's reflection is back to normal. Elendis' voice mentioned mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow.
It must be. For within it, I sense the.
Then there's no time to lose!
Alright, let's go. Can you walk in the water?
These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow! That must be the iridescent moon's marrow! Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it! Animal test 6308.
Observe to dust.
Wait, we have to go up there. How do we go up there? We just climbed. We can't even climb. Oh, why am I getting stuck?
Insulation chamber.
Absorption test.
Be silent. Observe to dust. Be silent. Night falls.
Hang in there! We're so close! Stand clear. Swirl, Mark 2. No claw.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Alright. It's... Are you able to purify it?
The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away like an undying. If we can purify the abyssal power with.
Oh.
It's so cold. Is it you? Are you?
Huh? Are you?
At long last, I can see you once more. I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, the moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece.
No.
Like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed. You look so puzzled, but trust me when I say that every.
Hypoborea? Borea?
What was that all about? Was it? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But
Perhaps she took me for the goddess for a fading soul like hers. Our auras must be too similar to tell apart.
What's that?
anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's
I'll eat that
marrow
tomorrow.
now. That should help you regain your strength, right? All right, time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino.
Let's go.
This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel.
Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the
Let's go, Columbina. Water jets. Ooh, Earth spike.
This is where you fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
Jeez, Arlequin is so powerful in game and lore wise.
We made it! Is that you, Arlecchino? Wait, your hands! They're...
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
Oh, we're so sorry, Arlecchino.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding...
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth,
She'll be stronger. She'll be now C6.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Columbina, give me your hand. Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina, are you...
I'm fine.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that you're...
It's still not enough. There's just one more ray of moonlight, if you would. It's okay. I can take...
How about now?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like I want to see him gone from Not Cry. The Rerir of Solnari.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog, but now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest.
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow stronger. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not...
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
A new name?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, all I'll say is this. Once you've defeated... All right, that's it from me. I'll get you back safe.
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character.
Okay, so there's a break. Really?
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent...
Oh yeah, alright. There is a break.
Columbina's strength, and that's all that matters. In other words...
Ah, this is the next event. Okay. 2025. Actually, 23. 24. Everything later. She have that. Is she in? Is she in Natlan? Ah, okay. Well, at least that's done. At least half of it. Yeah. Let's do the other half. I think right now we're doing really good with the time. So we'll just do it really fast.
Accelerating.
Oh.
Oh, do you think the others are making good progress? Huh. Hey, look, Prince! Llama!
All is well, thank you. Nefer and Yehoda had to stay at the curate.
I ran into Miss Anefa and Miss Aino on the way back. Their work is still in
You seem rather cheerful.
I certainly am. I achieved what I set out to do and came away with more than I... Fighting alone can get quite tedious. But I had the good fortune to run into a pair of brave young warriors.
We meet again. How have you been?
Albedo! What are you doing here?
Thankfully, tracking you down turned out to be a lot simpler than we envisaged.
These two courageously lent me a hand while I was fighting the wild hunt. When they told me they were Sir Varka's colleague, and given how people of outstanding talent tend to cross paths, it's...
So, who's your travel buddy, Albedo?
Why don't you come and introduce yourself?
Durin. This design is really good.
A gentleman of few words, I see, and a rather stern countenance. I presumed you were acquainted with him. Is that not the case?
It's nice to meet you. Again. We've technically met before.
Wait a sec! You're Mini Durin!
That's right. It's me.
By the way, he says it's okay if you drop the mini.
Yeah, I'm not as mini as I used to be.
Interesting, isn't it? The first step towards blending into human society.
Wow! You look so different! In a good way, of course.
Thank you, Paimon. And
Wow! You're such a smooth talker now!
Personally, I think our little Paimon, when people call her little Paimon, it's just because she's so adorable.
You're absolutely right, Miss Lauma. My brother still has a long road ahead of him when it comes to understanding human...
Anyway, speaking of long journeys, didn't Kutar...
She's been catching up with old friends. Wouldn't be surprised if you stopped for a cup of tea. Or 10 on the...
Uh-oh. People are talking about me.
Judging from your expressions, I'm guessing it all...
It's getting crowded here. I'll go...
No need. This is a job for an alchemist.
Thank you for your hospitality, ladies and gentlemen, but I was merely escorting my friends back. I'll be meeting Sandrone shortly, as we still have some things to discuss. It's been a pleasure, everyone.
We really appreciate your help.
Oh, come on. Spare the formalities. I'm just glad I could help out some true...
I understand. Well, bye for now, Harley.
Oh, this place is hopping. It's probably a good thing one of us left.
Otherwise, we might not fit all these people.
Are you saying we're about to run out of chairs?
As a matter of fact, I am.
Right, so the first part almost took 2 hours. So let's see how much this one, how long will this be?
I overheard your little chit-chat outside, by the way. With Miss Columbina's... Though, it looks like we have another new face. Someone else managed to rope it...
Frankly, you and Paimon are the only people...
This here is Deanslip, colleague of Tibet's greatest guide.
When someone else jumps in to do the announcing...
Let's hear what he has to...
Note to self.
When he comes looking for us, it's...
From the looks of it, you're about to hold a meeting. If I were to say that the wild hunt is...
As the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Mr. Dane... Though, I can't promise the same for everyone else. Hey, Albedo!
After all this time apart, Grandmaster Varka's first order is to rustle up a couple more chairs. Is he being sarcastic?
He's your brother. Why are you asking us?
I've still got a lot.
Oh, good point. Paimon gets you now.
I wonder what's taking Nefer...
Perhaps you should go and check in with her. If anyone can hurry...
I just got back from the curatorium. Besides, aren't you...
Miss Nefer doesn't strike me as the type to share secrets. And since gathering intel is her specialty, under such circumstances, would it not be...
Oh, but it's fine for me.
What can I say? You...
Impressive. She barely fought back at all.
As I'm sure Miss Lauma will realize soon...
Another trick is to simply hide in the background.
Spoken like...
Anyway, looks like we've got some time to kill before the meeting. And feel free to chat amongst yourselves.
Alright, let's chat amongst ourselves then. Oh, hello.
You're both awfully quiet. Have either of you ever had your portrait painted? If not...
That sounds like a lovely idea.
I dabble occasionally.
He's an excellent painter. Tables,
I'm flattered.
If I ever get the chance.
I'll bear that in mind. Anyway.
Oh, I'd be fine. Whatever style feels...
Very well.
You can replicate any style
I can try. If you show me a sample.
Thank you. In that case...
Truth be told...
You're not alone there, my friend.
I don't doubt that. I've only ever met two Ratniki, one being you, and the other being that young guy, Eatlua.
Eatlua is a good apple. I'll give him that. He's kind, honest, and regularly delivers supplies to my lighthouse. A true Ratnik to the core. And that's it.
Come on.
Sorry. I'm not even gonna bother trying to...
Let's just keep this between ourselves. Probably...
That goes without saying. Gotta be...
Anyone else in the know? Let me get...
It's dangerous being too sharp for one's own...
Then, in the name of the Animo Archon Barbados himself.
When we went for drinks, you said that you and Barbados were practically best buds. And the...
Of course. Just as long as you don't go spreading around the fact that I'm close with Barbados.
Fair enough, then. Is there something you'd like...
Yeah! For starters, why'd you just...
If you think back to our previous interactions...
You do have a point. Oh, yeah!
Sure.
Great! Paimon! And in return, we can get Daneslip to be our very own personal bodyguard.
If that's what you had in mind...
Oh, okay then. Anyway, since we're all here together, we might as well watch each other's backs. That's just what...
Indeed.
Ah, Miss Nefer. You made it after all. But what about Yehoda?
I'm here to give you an update on how things are going on our end. Once this is over, I'll be heading straight back to continue my work. I left Yehoda back at the curatorium to watch over.
Huh. So much.
Not so loud! We're on a roll here!
Huh? I didn't say anything. Right, Flints?
Must have.
Anyway, before we begin, there's a few introductions to make. First up, we have Miss Lauma. As Moon Chanter, she's the leader of the Frost Moon Scions, a local religious community in Nodcry. Nefer is leading the investigation into Rerir's background, assisted by Yehoda and Lauma. From the little I've heard, they're making some Over here, we have Mr. Flintz, a ratnik and guardian of the abandoned lighthouse. In our last operation, for those of you who've never met, this is Mr. Albedo, a renowned alchemist and captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team. By his side is a new face for us all, myself included, Mr. Durin, who's come to lend his aid. Next up, we have the Moon Maiden and former Fatui Harbinger, Miss Columbina. Then we have the Traveler, who's earned more titles than I could possibly hope to list out, so I'll spare you the rundown. And Paimon, the ultimate travel companion.
Wow! That's a lot of people!
Miss Nefer, it looks like you might have another job coming your way, so,
You think I haven't got enough on my hands as it is?
That would be me, Miss Nefer. I have a commission for you.
And you are?
Who I am doesn't matter right now. What does matter is...
Well, it's not as if we never take on anonymous commissions. But in your case, I'll have to decline. I'm gonna take a wild guess and...
It's my eyes, isn't it?
Conrian, I assume. And what's with the mask? Are you trying to hide your identity? In any case, the fact...
My name is Dainsliff. And yes, I am from Conria. As I'm sure you're aware. Really? Then you must have been quite an influential figure. You flatter me, but none of that matters anymore. My point was simply to clarify why I have asked Miss Nefer to...
So you're both from Conria, and it sounds like you used to be friends. What am I missing here?
I'll tell you everything I know. The history of Conria, the names... I have never spoken openly of this before. But the truth was exactly as people say. The 5 sinners were each driven by their own desires, and it was by playing upon these that the Abyss tempted them to their fall. The visionary, Vedafenir, who wished to foretell the future. The wise, Haroptatir, who sought limitless knowledge. Gold, Rhindaughter, who desired to create life. The foul, Sertologi, who pursued supreme strength. And last, but not least, Rerir of Solnari, Rerir, Ravager of the Moon. Of the 5, Rerir is the only one who remains a mystery to me. He never harbored grand ambitions, so...
In other words, you're saying that his change came as a shock to you, and you have no idea...
That's right.
You mentioned how the Abyss tempted them, which led to their fall. But what did that look like in practice? And what other context can you give me about the events of that time? The more detail you can give me, the better.
Strangely, now that it comes to it, the fateful night took place during the era of the Eclipse Dynasty. One day, my elder brother, the visionary, Vedafenir, was summoned to the palace by the Vinster King, only for the king to gouge out his eyes and cast him into the dungeons. When I came to hear of this, my fury knew no bounds. I gathered together every ally centuries on. The memories of that night still haunt me, like a never-ending nightmare. But then, I was betrayed. Even Vedafenir,
So, it's personal after all. Then tell me, Mr. Dainsliff, what price are you willing...
I cannot say what price would be worthy of such a commission. But know this. Rerir was not always a madman. Believe it or not,
Uncovering the truth of Rerir's past is the only way to unravel this mystery. But before you decide if you will accept my commission...
Sounds pretty good to me. Feels like we just flagged down a random passerby, only to discover he's actually a master strategist who has escorted...
Can I borrow your halo? It could be useful in the lighthouse.
Hey, enough with the wisecracks!
Relax.
I'll give your proposal some serious thought, Mr. Dainsleif. Let's speak in...
Before that, there's a few things I'd like to share.
Oh, okay.
Now that we've united the hearts of the three moons, your power should be greatly enhanced.
I believe you've done so much for me, so I want to be completely honest with you all. Even though I'm doing a lot better now, the truth is, from the moment I was born, my power has been slowly ebbing away. And that is because Tevat has never accepted me. Even with the moons united so far, I have yet to find a solution. It may turn out to be a problem that will plague even so. I will do everything in my power to help you drive out the Rerir of Solnari. As Arlecchino put,
Kutar.
Defeating the Rerir of Solnari will be no easy task. While my strength slowly recovers...
Naturally. We should take all the...
We've considered several viable plans now. But our choice hinges... Is it even possible to kill Rerir? What experience is given Albedo's expertise in alchemy? I think we should leave him to try and answer the first of these questions.
Understood.
As for the other two, I'm afraid we'll have to count on you again.
So you're placing all your...
We can't...
You sure have a talent for changing your tune, Miss Moonchanter. Timid like Yehoda one moment.
Ladies.
I almost don't want to leave this room.
I have faith in you, Miss Nefer. Something...
Oh? And what makes you so sure of that? What if I said...
This isn't about the money. I can sense...
Look at them getting up.
And I'm the one they accuse of insincere flattery.
Is that right?
Anyway, we've... Mr. Dainsleif, let's talk. And Traveler, once we're finished, if you've nothing else planned...
This whole experience is Why?
Quite...
Alright. Are we locked? Not really. Alright, so we're not locked into the quest, so we might as well end the stream here because it's gonna be a long one again. But anyway, thanks so much guys for tuning in. I will finish off the Archon quest tomorrow in another stream. And then do everything offline like the daily quest and Milias Wonderland and then the event. The Saurian event. Alright. Okay, thanks so much guys for tuning in. And I will see you guys again tomorrow for another Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact live stream. Cheers. Bye.